Okay. Alright. So, political parties. May I remind you all, I don't write these. I don't have a script. I just do it off of here. Let me tell you something, man. This isn't a political channel. This is more or less me talking or like doing random stuff. You know, I'm a variety channel. I also like to observe stuff, you know? When it comes to this, right? Political parties. A lot of people treat this like it's football, you know what I mean? In football, right? You're going against two teams, right? The Eagles, the Seahawks.
My team is better than your team.
Nah, bro. We're the best. That's how it's kind of like with political parties, with the Democrats and the Republicans. But what I did notice is that there's this big imbalance in terms of like how a party is viewed. The Democrats are seen as the good guys, and the Republicans are seen as the bad guys. But from what I have seen and found out and have observed, both of these parties are pretty shady. I guess you can call me an independent, I don't know, but I find having to put my full trust in human beings not very sound, because, you know, humans, we're flawed, born sinners, right? We got greed, we got lust, we got wrath. And you put somebody in power, they're not always going to do the good thing, the good righteous thing. Everybody wants to talk about Trump. Not to say he's not a shady person. He's got a lot of skeletons in his closet. Stormy Daniels being one of them. And while he's done a lot of stuff, nobody likes to bring up the fact that Obama has something to do with all those drone strikes way back in the day. Let's not forget Monica Lewinsky. What disturbs me the most about people supporting political parties is that they're willing to separate ties with people that they know for more than a few decades. Like, if you have a different stance politically, people are willing to bash your name and are willing to just call you a bad person.
Now, I got some bad news, guys.
I voted for Kamala Harris.
The hell are you thinking?
Guys, chill out.
Call you a supporter of genocide, a sexist. God forbid you're white. God forbid you're pale skin, bro. You know, that's another thing. But a good majority of people in America think that all white people are colonizers, are colonists, are racist, or you know, just bad people. Isn't that kind of thinking itself racist? I mean, I don't know everything, right? I don't know everything. But like, if you're telling me a certain group of people, they're all bad, doesn't that seem racist to you? And aren't we trying to be more inclusive? Some of us exclude white people from stuff. Like, what the hell is all that about? You know, isn't that going backwards? I once dated somebody while the Trump versus Biden thing was going on, the election. She was watching the news or something, and then she was telling me,
"You better vote for Biden, Habibi."
Or you better like Biden, because if you like Trump, I'm gonna break up with you. And I thought she was joking, but she was dead serious.
You better not vote for that orange man. You better not vote for that orange man.
You know, I'm convinced some of these people in office don't care about you. You know that? The majority of them don't. A lot of them are in there for own self-interest. People will ride for these people.
Trump, on the other hand, refuses to kill himself and makes him significantly worse.
Please, somebody tag in Donald Trump. Donald Trump, if you can hear us, please, Donald Trump, please save me.
People will raise up flags. They'll wear T-shirts. They'll. I'm talking about both parties. They will do anything to support their candidates, their presidents, their senators. They'll do anything. They're a bunch of sheep. I'm not trying to be weird. I'm not trying to be on any high horse. All I'm saying is to, like, you know, open your eyes to this stuff. There have been more than a few occasions where some of these people are outed as like creeps, weirdos, or have something to do with trafficking or prostitution, I don't know, drugs. People need to think for themselves more. Stop trying to listen to solely what the government tells you. Again, I'm not a political channel. I need my business when it comes to that. But I feel like people aren't aware. You know, they're seen as sheep. I feel like I'm going to be called, like, you know, a raccoon or something. I don't know. A traitor. Because, like, I've seen people try to say the same things I tried saying. And they're called a bunch of names or, like, a bunch of slander. And those people could maybe be in denial. But who knows, man. What I learned is that even if you try illuminating a situation, if you try opening up people's minds, Yeah, you might get a few people, but some people are, you know, ride or die. But anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about. Hopefully I don't get harassed or anything for my opinions. But yeah, I didn't observe you taking 32 inches up your ass into your stomach, but